When someone asks me how to rebuild a life or a business, I always say the first step is to look directly at the ruins. Years ago, when Alibaba was in its early days, we faced crises so big that it often felt like everything was falling apart. Admitting this was painful, but essential. Denying our failures would have only prolonged our journey to recovery. So, the first act of courage you must practice is facing what is broken. This is the moment when transformation begins. I clearly remember a tough meeting where I admitted to my team that our initial business model wasn't working. To many, admitting failure is seen as a weakness, but to me, it was a sign of strength. When you are honest about your vulnerabilities, you unleash energy to find solutions. It's not about being perfect, but about being human. After all, it's through the cracks that the light shines in. Recognizing your ruins doesn't mean surrendering to them. It means understanding what went wrong so you can move forward. Imagine trying to build a bridge. How could you construct something strong and lasting without first assessing the damage to the ground? Admitting your failures is like preparing the soil for a new beginning. It's an act of wisdom, not weakness. Whatever your current situation is, don't see it as an end. Treat it as the start of something greater. I've always believed, when you're poor, if you have a dream, you never feel poor. This applies to emotional, financial, or professional struggles too. A dream can give meaning to even the most devastated ruins. So I ask you this, have you looked at your ruins? Have you faced what makes you feel fear or shame? This is the first step to your transformation. And remember, if not now, when? If not you, who will change your story? Recognizing the ruins is preparing to build a bridge that no one else can create but you. When you decide to rebuild yourself, the next step is to define where you are headed. Without a clear destination, any effort will be wasted. I often say, if not now, when? If not me, who? This phrase isn't just motivational, it's a call to focused action. Visualizing your ideal life isn't daydreaming, but establishing a roadmap that guides your daily decisions. At the beginning of Alibaba, I had a simple vision: to create something that helps small businesses. This clear idea kept us on track, even through storms. Having a clear vision is like lighting a lamp in the dark. Think of it as the lighthouse guiding your ship through a stormy night. During those early years, we faced moments when achieving our goals seemed impossible, but we kept our vision alive. When you know what you want, no matter how many challenges arise, you always have direction. Don't be afraid to dream big, but stay grounded by setting specific goals. Ask yourself, what truly makes you feel alive? What's that one thing that keeps you awake at night, or that you can't stop thinking about? When you have clarity about what you seek, your days start to have purpose. This doesn't mean you'll never feel doubt or discouragement, but your vision will serve as an anchor, pulling you back whenever you feel lost. No matter how distant the goal seems, start with small steps. Once a friend told me he wanted to change his life, but didn't know where to start. I asked him, have you written down your dreams on paper? It sounds simple, but it's powerful. By writing down your vision, you're materializing what was just a thought. Reflect on this. What is your dream? What drives you? This exercise isn't about perfection, but about intention. In the end, clarity about your vision transforms your daily actions into stepping stones to success. Every decision you make, big or small, aligns with the purpose you've set for yourself. In this way, you begin paving the path to a life truly worth living. Nothing changes until you take full ownership of your life. This is one of the hardest lessons I've learned, but also one of the most empowering. For years, people around me blamed external circumstances for their failures: lack of resources, bad timing, unfair competition. But here's the truth. The moment you blame others, you hand over control of your destiny. To rebuild yourself, you must take back that control. I remember when Alibaba wasn't doing well in the early days. We faced countless obstacles, from competitors to a lack of trust in online marketplaces. It would have been easy to point fingers at the market or complain about the challenges. But I realized that nothing would change unless we took full responsibility for our outcomes. It wasn't the market that needed to change, it was us. As I always say, if you want to catch the rabbit, don't change the rabbit, change yourself. Taking responsibility doesn't mean carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders. Instead, it means owning your choices and their consequences. When you do this, you become the author of your story. Imagine life as a book. If you don't like a chapter, you can rewrite the next one. But that only happens if you're honest about your role in the story so far. Many people spend their lives waiting for external circumstances to improve before they act. But here's the irony. Waiting won't change a thing. True power comes from acknowledging that your current situation is a result of past decisions and actions. Once you embrace this, you're free to make better choices moving forward. Responsibility isn't a burden, it's a gift. It allows you to reclaim your narrative and create the future you desire. No one else can do this for you, and no one else will. Taking full responsibility transforms obstacles into opportunities, paving the way for your growth and success. Motivation is fleeting, but discipline is what keeps you moving forward. In my journey, I've seen countless people start with great enthusiasm, only to give up when the initial excitement fades. The truth is, success is built on consistency, not inspiration. Discipline is the daily habit that fuels your transformation, even when you don't feel like it. When I was building Alibaba, there were mornings when I didn't want to get out of bed. The stress, the uncertainty, it was overwhelming. But I had a routine that kept me grounded. Every day, no matter how I felt, I committed to taking small steps toward our goals. These habits became the foundation of our growth. Discipline is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it becomes. Think of discipline as the steady flame that keeps your engine running. Motivation might light the spark, but discipline is the fuel that sustains the journey. It's not about perfection, but persistence. You don't need to make giant leaps every day. Small, consistent actions add up over time. Remember, even the tallest mountain is climbed one step at a time. Developing discipline requires clarity about your priorities. What truly matters to you? Once you know this, it's easier to focus on what moves the needle. Set boundaries, eliminate distractions, and create systems that support your goals. For example, I often prioritize my most important tasks early in the day when my energy is at its peak. Ultimately, discipline turns dreams into reality. It bridges the gap between where you are and where you want to be. While motivation may fade, the habits you build through discipline will carry you through challenges and setbacks. It's the quiet, unglamorous work done day after day that creates lasting success. Your environment shapes your future more than you realize. The people you spend time with will either lift you higher or hold you back. I've always believed that if you surround yourself with those who inspire, challenge, and believe in your potential, even when you doubt it, you can achieve more than you ever thought possible. Your circle is not just your network, it's your support system for growth. When I started Alibaba, I was surrounded by people who shared the same vision. They weren't necessarily the smartest or the most experienced, but they were passionate and committed. Together, we built something extraordinary, not because we had all the answers, but because we believed in each other. The right people don't just help you succeed, they push you to grow in ways you can't imagine. Choosing the right company isn't about seeking perfection. Instead, it's about finding those who align with your values and goals. Think of it like planting a garden. If you surround yourself with weeds, they'll choke your growth. But if you plant yourself among vibrant flowers, you'll thrive. Identify those who inspire you and seek their guidance. Equally important is to distance yourself from negativity and toxicity. Investing in relationships with like-minded individuals accelerates personal development. These are the people who will hold you accountable, celebrate your wins, and remind you of your strengths during tough times. When I look back on my journey, I see that the people I chose to work with played a critical role in shaping my success. They weren't just colleagues, they were partners in a shared dream. Ultimately, your circle reflects your aspirations. If you want to reach new heights, you need people around you who are climbing just as high. Surrounding yourself with the right people isn't just a strategy, it's a necessity for sustained growth. In the end, your environment can either be your greatest limitation or your greatest advantage. Success isn't immediate and it's rarely glamorous. It's built day by day through small, consistent actions that may seem insignificant in the moment. I often say, if you want to catch the rabbit, don't change the rabbit, change yourself. This is about understanding that the journey matters as much as the destination. Falling in love with the process is key to long-term growth and fulfillment. When we were building Alibaba, there were no overnight victories. There were months, even years of hard work that didn't seem to yield results. But we trusted the process. Every step, no matter how small, brought us closer to our vision. It's easy to get discouraged when progress feels slow, but success is a cumulative result of persistence over time. Think of the process like climbing a staircase. Each step may feel like a small effort, but together they lead to the top. Instead of focusing solely on the end goal, celebrate the small wins along the way. These milestones keep you motivated and remind you that growth is happening, even when it's not immediately visible. The beauty of embracing the process is that it shifts your focus from the pressure of outcomes to the joy of progress. You start to see setbacks not as failures, but as opportunities to learn. This mindset transforms challenges into stepping stones, allowing you to approach life with resilience and optimism. The process teaches patience, builds character, and shapes your success story. Each moment of struggle becomes a chapter in a journey worth sharing. By embracing the process, you lay the foundation for a life and career that are not only successful, but deeply meaningful. And failure is not the opposite of success, it's a part of it. Every mistake you make is an opportunity to learn, adapt, and grow stronger. I often reflect on the early days of Alibaba when we faced countless failures, rejected pitches, operational missteps, and technical issues. Instead of seeing these as reasons to give up, we treated them as lessons that shaped our next move. When you fail, it's easy to feel defeated, but the truth is, failure provides clarity. It shows you what doesn't work, allowing you to refine your strategies. Think of failure as a teacher that guides you toward better decisions. One of my favorite sayings is, when you're poor, if you have a dream, you never feel poor. Dreams give you the strength to see past failure and focus on the bigger picture. A key to turning failure into a lesson is to approach it with curiosity rather than frustration. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I use this experience to improve? At Alibaba, every setback taught us something valuable, whether it was about the market, our customers, or ourselves. These lessons became the building blocks of our success. Failures also have a way of testing your character and resilience. They challenge you to stay committed to your vision even when the odds are against you. The process of reflecting on failure builds emotional intelligence, helping you handle future challenges with greater confidence and poise. Ultimately, failure is only final if you stop trying. By treating each mistake as a stepping stone, you move closer to your goals. Success isn't about avoiding failure, it's about using it as a tool to grow. Every lesson you gain from a fall makes you better prepared for the climb ahead. Progress is rarely linear, and that's okay. The journey of growth is filled with twists, turns, and setbacks. What's important is to trust that every step, no matter how small, is leading you somewhere meaningful. I often remind myself and others, when you're poor, if you have a dream, you never feel poor. Dreams give us the faith to believe in our journey, even when progress feels slow. During Alibaba's early days, we faced moments when it felt like nothing was working. There were times when I doubted myself, but I never doubted the journey. I knew that the seeds we were planting would take time to grow. Just as a tree doesn't bear fruit overnight, success requires patience and consistent care. Trusting your journey means staying focused on your vision while being flexible with your approach. You might encounter obstacles that force you to change course, but that doesn't mean you're off track. Each detour offers an opportunity to learn and adapt. The key is to keep moving forward, even if the steps seem small or slow. Faith in the process also helps you overcome moments of doubt. It reminds you that every effort counts, even when results aren't immediately visible. Think of progress as an iceberg. Most of it is happening beneath the surface, unseen but essential. Trust that the work you're putting in now is laying the foundation for future success. Your journey is unique and no one else can walk it for you. By trusting in the path you're on, you gain the strength to persevere through challenges and appreciate the growth along the way. The road may be winding, but every step is shaping you into the person capable of achieving your dreams. The way you view challenges defines how far you'll go. Adopting a growth mindset, seeing obstacles as opportunities to learn, has been one of the most valuable lessons in my life. Early on, I faced rejection after rejection. From failing my college entrance exams multiple times to being turned down by jobs, life tested me. But I realized that every setback was a chance to grow. And this shift in perspective changed everything. A growth mindset is like having a compass that always points toward improvement. When Alibaba started, we didn't have the resources or experience to compete with big companies. Instead of being discouraged, we asked, what can we learn? How can we do better? This mindset allowed us to innovate and eventually disrupt the market. Challenges stopped being barriers and became stepping stones. Many people fear failure because they think it defines their limits, but in reality, failure is the best teacher. When you face a problem, ask yourself, what is this trying to teach me? This approach transforms difficulties into lessons. For instance, when we struggled with logistics at Alibaba, instead of giving up, we built a new system from scratch. That challenge pushed us to create one of the most efficient delivery networks in the world. To cultivate a growth mindset, you must embrace curiosity and a willingness to adapt. Read books, attend workshops, or simply observe how others solve problems. Remember, the goal isn't to avoid challenges, but to face them with resilience and creativity. A growth mindset doesn't just help you succeed, it transforms who you are. By focusing on learning and improvement, you unlock potential you never knew you had. Challenges become opportunities, and every experience adds value to your journey. The environment you choose can either nourish your growth or stunt it. Where you spend your time and who you spend it with has a profound impact on your mindset and progress. A toxic environment drains your energy, while a supportive one fuels your motivation. This is why I've always been intentional about creating spaces that inspire and encourage growth. In Alibaba's early days, we worked out of a small apartment with barely enough resources to function. Despite these limitations, our environment was rich with collaboration, positivity, and shared purpose. The physical space didn't matter as much as the energy we brought into it. Surrounding yourself with the right people and energy is more important than having the perfect setup. Your environment isn't just about physical spaces, it's about mental and emotional spaces too. What kind of information do you consume? What habits dominate your day? Are you feeding your mind with positivity or negativity? These questions are crucial because they determine the quality of your environment and ultimately the quality of your life. Improving your environment doesn't require drastic changes. Start small. Declutter your workspace, spend time with uplifting people, and set boundaries with negativity. These small adjustments create a ripple effect that transforms your mindset and productivity. Remember, success isn't just about hard work. It's about working in the right conditions. By cultivating an environment that supports your goals, you create fertile ground for growth. Your surroundings either propel you forward or hold you back. Choose wisely, and you'll find that the right environment doesn't just support your journey, it accelerates it. The path to rebuilding yourself is long, and it's filled with obstacles. Persistence is what separates those who succeed from those who give up. In my life, I've learned that the key to achieving your dreams is not avoiding failure, but continuing to move forward despite it. At Alibaba, there were countless moments when quitting seemed like the easier choice. But we pushed on, one step at a time, because we believed in our vision. Persistence is like water carving through rock. It doesn't happen overnight, but with consistent effort, even the toughest barriers can be overcome. When I failed my university exams or was rejected from dozens of jobs, I didn't let those moments define me. Instead, I kept going. I always reminded myself that failure is just a step on the way to success, not the end of the road. One of the most important lessons I've learned is that persistence is powered by belief. If you don't believe in what you're doing, it's hard to keep going when times get tough. During Alibaba's early days, I reminded my team, if we don't work hard for our dreams, who will? This shared belief kept us moving, even when the challenges felt insurmountable. Persistence also means being flexible in your approach while staying firm in your vision. Sometimes the road you planned isn't the road you need to take. Adapting doesn't mean giving up. It means finding a better way forward. Successful people aren't the ones who never encounter obstacles. They're the ones who learn how to navigate them. Every step you take, no matter how small, gets you closer to your goals. Persistence isn't about running at full speed all the time. It's about continuing to walk, even when the road feels endless. In the end, it's not talent or luck that determines your success. It's your ability to keep moving forward. Knowing yourself is the foundation for building a meaningful life. Self-awareness allows you to align your actions with your values and purpose, ensuring that every step you take is in the right direction. When I started Alibaba, I didn't have the skills of a traditional CEO, but I understood my strengths and, more importantly, my weaknesses. This clarity helped me focus on what I could do well while surrounding myself with people who complemented my abilities. Investing in self-awareness is like polishing a mirror. The clearer the reflection, the better you understand yourself. Take time to reflect on your values, passions, and long-term goals. Ask yourself, what truly matters to me? When you have this clarity, decisions become easier and your path becomes more purposeful. Self-awareness also means being honest about your limitations. It's not about tearing yourself down, it's about understanding where you need to grow. For instance, I knew I wasn't a tech expert, so I relied on my team's technical expertise. This allowed me to focus on strategy and vision, which were my strengths. Knowing yourself isn't a weakness. It's a superpower that helps you make smarter choices. Practicing self-awareness requires introspection, but it can also be enhanced by feedback from others. Ask those you trust to share their observations about you. Sometimes we are blind to our own habits or behaviors. Use their insights to refine your understanding of yourself, but always stay true to your core values. Ultimately, self-awareness is an ongoing journey, not a destination. The more you learn about yourself, the more you can grow and adapt. It's the foundation for building resilience, making meaningful decisions, and creating a life that reflects your unique potential. Gratitude is one of the simplest yet most powerful habits you can develop. It shifts your focus from what you lack to what you have, creating a mindset of abundance and positivity. When I think about my journey with Alibaba, I'm often struck by how many people and moments I have to be grateful for, even the difficult ones. Gratitude isn't just about celebrating success. It's about appreciating the lessons that challenges bring. When you take a moment to reflect on what you're thankful for, you reframe your perspective. In the early days of Alibaba, we had very little, but instead of focusing on our limitations, we focused on our opportunities. I would tell my team, we're not competing with others, we're competing with ourselves. This gratitude for our small victories kept us moving forward, even when the path seemed uncertain. Gratitude also strengthens your relationships. When you express appreciation for the people who support and inspire you, you deepen those connections. Think of it as watering a plant. The more you nurture it, the more it grows. Whether it's a friend, a mentor, or a colleague, a simple thank you can make all the difference. Practicing gratitude doesn't require grand gestures. It can be as simple as keeping a journal where you jot down 3 things you're thankful for each day. Over time, this practice trains your mind to see the good in every situation. It's not about ignoring challenges, but about finding the silver linings within them. Gratitude isn't just a mindset, it's a skill that you can develop. The more you practice it, the more resilient and optimistic you become. By focusing on what you have rather than what you lack, you create a strong foundation for personal growth and success. Rebuilding yourself requires more than just intention, it demands strategy. A clear plan is like a map that guides your journey, ensuring that you stay on track even when the road gets tough. At Alibaba, we didn't achieve success by accident. Every step was guided by a well-thought-out plan that aligned with our vision. Without a plan, even the best intentions can lead you astray. A solid plan starts with setting specific, measurable goals. What do you want to achieve, and by when? Break these goals into smaller steps that you can tackle each day. For example, when we launched Alibaba, one of our immediate objectives was to build trust with our customers. We outlined specific actions like improving customer service and enhancing website security to achieve this goal. But having a plan doesn't mean it's set in stone. Life is unpredictable, and your ability to adapt is just as important as your ability to plan. Think of your plan as a compass rather than a rigid script. It gives you direction but allows for adjustments along the way. When challenges arise, don't abandon the plan. Revisit and refine it. Planning also helps you prioritize your time and energy. Not every opportunity is worth pursuing, and not every task deserves your attention. A good plan keeps you focused on what truly matters, ensuring that your efforts align with your long-term vision. It's about working smarter, not harder. Ultimately, a plan is your blueprint for success. It gives you clarity, direction, and the confidence to move forward. By taking deliberate steps toward your goals, you turn your dreams into actionable realities. Planning isn't just preparation, it's the first step in transforming your life. Big achievements are made up of countless small victories, and it's essential to celebrate each one. When you acknowledge your progress, no matter how minor it seems, you fuel your motivation to keep going. At Alibaba, there were moments when the challenges felt overwhelming, but we made it a habit to celebrate every milestone. These celebrations reminded us why we started and how far we had come. Recognizing progress is like pausing during a long hike to admire the view. It gives you a moment to recharge and reflect on the effort you've invested. Early in Alibaba's journey, we celebrated things that might seem small to others, like gaining a single customer or completing a new feature. These moments weren't just about the result, they were about the effort and teamwork that made them possible. Celebrating progress doesn't require extravagance. Sometimes, it's as simple as taking a moment to reflect on your achievements or sharing your success with those who supported you. These acts of acknowledgement help you stay connected to your purpose and build a positive mindset. They also reinforce your belief in your ability to achieve even greater things. Acknowledgement also strengthens relationships within a team or community. When you celebrate progress together, you create a sense of shared accomplishment. At Alibaba, our team celebrations weren't just about results, they were about appreciating the collective effort and dedication that brought us closer to our vision. It strengthened our bond and inspired us to aim higher. By celebrating progress, you create momentum for the journey ahead. Each step forward becomes a reminder that success is within reach. It's not just about reaching the destination, but valuing the growth and resilience gained along the way. Celebrations are not the end of the journey, they are fuel for what's next. Adversity is inevitable, but your response to it defines your future. Resilience is the ability to bounce back, to adapt, and to grow stronger in the face of challenges. When I reflect on Alibaba's journey, I see resilience as the cornerstone of our success. We've faced countless setbacks, financial struggles, market skepticism, and fierce competition, but we never gave up. Resilience is like a muscle that grows stronger the more you use it. Each challenge you face is an opportunity to build your mental and emotional strength. At Alibaba, there were times when our failures felt like walls we couldn't break through, but instead of giving in, we found ways to climb over them. This persistence became a habit that carried us through even the toughest times. A key to practicing resilience is maintaining perspective. Difficulties often feel overwhelming in the moment, but when you take a step back, you see them for what they are, temporary hurdles. I've always believed that if you want to catch the rabbit, don't change the rabbit, change yourself. This mindset helped us adapt and innovate in the face of obstacles, turning them into opportunities. Building resilience also requires self-care and support. Surround yourself with people who lift you up and remind you of your strengths. Take time to rest and recharge so that you can face challenges with a clear mind and renewed energy. Resilience isn't just about enduring hardship, it's about thriving through it. Resilience transforms setbacks into stepping stones. It gives you the strength to keep moving forward no matter how tough the journey gets. By embracing resilience, you don't just survive challenges, you grow because of them. Every obstacle becomes a chapter in your story of growth and perseverance. Learning doesn't end when you leave school. It's a lifelong journey. In today's world, the ability to adapt and grow is more valuable than any single skill. I've always believed that staying curious and open to new ideas is essential for success. Early in Alibaba's journey, we knew little about running a global business, but we committed to learning every step of the way. That mindset was one of our greatest assets. Continuous learning is like adding tools to your toolbox. The more you know, the more prepared you are to face challenges and seize opportunities. When we started building Alibaba, we studied not only the market, but also our competitors, our customers, and even ourselves. Each lesson added another layer to our understanding, helping us make smarter decisions. The key to embracing learning is humility. No matter how much you achieve, there's always more to learn. I've met people who stopped growing because they thought they already knew enough. But the truth is, the moment you stop learning, you start falling behind. One way to stay curious is to read widely. Learning doesn't just happen in books or classrooms, it happens in every experience. Treat failures, conversations, and even mistakes as opportunities to gain knowledge. At Alibaba, some of our best ideas came from unexpected sources, like customer feedback or frontline employees. Wisdom can come from anywhere if you're willing to listen. By committing to lifelong learning, you stay ahead of the curve. You become adaptable, creative, and resilient in the face of change. Every new skill or insight adds to your potential, allowing you to achieve more than you ever imagined. The journey of learning never ends, and that's what makes it so exciting. Confidence is the foundation of action. Without it, even the best plans and ideas remain unrealized. But confidence isn't something you're born with. It's something you build through experience and perseverance. When I started Alibaba, I wasn't a typical CEO. I wasn't a tech expert or a seasoned businessman, but I believed in myself and in the vision we were creating. That belief gave me the courage to act. Self-confidence comes from taking small steps and recognizing your achievements along the way. Early in my career, I applied for jobs and was rejected multiple times. Those rejections could have crushed my confidence, but instead, they motivated me to keep trying. Each effort, even the unsuccessful ones, added to my belief in my ability to overcome challenges. Confidence also grows when you focus on your strengths rather than your weaknesses. No one is good at everything, and that's okay. At Alibaba, I knew I wasn't the best at technical tasks, so I surrounded myself with people who were. This allowed me to focus on strategy and leadership where I excelled. Knowing and embracing your strengths is key to building unshakable self-belief. Another way to build confidence is to take action, even when you're uncertain. Action creates momentum, and momentum builds confidence. When you take risks and step out of your comfort zone, you prove to yourself that you're capable of more than you thought. This creates a positive cycle where confidence leads to action, and action reinforces confidence. In the end, confidence isn't about being fearless. It's about believing in your ability to figure things out. By taking consistent steps toward your goals and learning from every experience, you strengthen your belief in yourself. Confidence isn't a destination, it's a journey that empowers you to achieve greatness. True transformation takes time. In a world that celebrates instant results, patience has become a rare but powerful virtue. One of the most important lessons I've learned is that meaningful growth doesn't happen overnight. At Alibaba, it took years of perseverance to build trust with customers and establish a stable foundation. Success isn't a sprint, it's a marathon. Accepting the time it takes to grow doesn't mean sitting idly. It means staying consistent and trusting the process. When you plant a seed, you don't expect it to grow into a tree the next day. You water it, nurture it, and let nature take its course. The same principle applies to personal growth and achieving your goals. The results will come if you remain steady in your efforts. Rushing often leads to mistakes. Impatience can push you to take shortcuts, but these rarely lead to lasting success. I've seen entrepreneurs try to scale their businesses too quickly, only to watch them collapse under pressure. Taking your time allows you to build a strong foundation that can withstand challenges. It's not about moving fast, it's about moving forward with purpose. One way to embrace patience is to focus on progress rather than perfection. Celebrate the small wins and recognize that each step brings you closer to your destination. This mindset keeps you motivated and helps you appreciate the journey. Remember, success is not just about reaching the top, it's about growing into the person capable of staying there. Patience is not passive, it's an active commitment to growth. By accepting that transformation takes time, you free yourself from unnecessary pressure and allow yourself to fully experience the process. The journey may be long, but the rewards are worth every moment. No one else can live your life for you. If you want to transform your story, you must take the lead and become the hero of your own journey. At the start of Alibaba, I didn't have a blueprint for success, but I knew one thing. I couldn't wait for someone else to make my vision a reality. I had to step up and take responsibility for writing my story. Becoming the hero of your journey means taking ownership of your challenges and triumphs. Heroes don't wait for the perfect moment, they create it. When I faced rejection, doubt, and failure, I didn't let those moments define me. Instead, I used them as fuel to push forward. A hero doesn't run from adversity, they face it head on, knowing it will make them stronger. Every hero has a purpose that drives them. Ask yourself, what is your purpose? What gives your life meaning? For me, it was creating something that empowered small businesses to succeed. Your purpose doesn't have to be grand, it just has to matter deeply to you. When you're aligned with your purpose, every step you take feels meaningful, even in the face of setbacks. A hero's journey is never easy, but that's what makes it worthwhile. The challenges you face are opportunities to grow, and the risks you take pave the way for extraordinary rewards. Along the way, remember to trust your instincts, learn from others, and stay true to your values. A hero doesn't succeed alone. They build a team, a community, and a legacy. You are the only one who can write your story. By embracing your role as the hero, you take control of your destiny and create a life that reflects your unique purpose and potential. The power to transform your life is already within you. You just have to choose to use it.
In one of the most impactful presentations of his career, Jack Ma, the renowned co-founder of Alibaba, shared transformative insights into the art of rebuilding oneself after failure. With his signature blend of humility, humor, and wisdom, Jack Ma walked the audience through the foundational steps of personal growth and self-reinvention. His words resonated deeply, offering a powerful message of hope and empowerment to anyone facing setbacks in their journey. Jack Ma began by emphasizing the importance of confronting one's challenges head-on. When something is broken, pretending it's fine only delays the healing process, he explained. Recognizing and admitting our vulnerabilities is not a sign of weakness, but an act of courage. According to Jack Ma, this step is the foundation for transformation, just as it was for Alibaba during its early, tumultuous years. The presentation then shifted to the need for a clear vision. If not now, when? If not me, who? Jack Ma asked the audience. He stressed that without a destination, even the most determined efforts could lead nowhere. A compelling vision, Jack Ma explained, acts as a guiding light, helping us navigate through uncertainties and stay aligned with our purpose. He drew from Alibaba's journey to highlight how clarity of purpose can inspire consistent and focused action. Jack Ma's discussion on responsibility struck a chord with many. He stressed that true growth begins when we stop blaming external circumstances and take full ownership of our choices. If you want to catch the rabbit, don't change the rabbit. Change yourself, he remarked, underlining the importance of self-reflection and adaptability. For Jack Ma, this mindset was instrumental in transforming Alibaba's challenges into opportunities for innovation. Discipline was another key theme of the presentation. Jack Ma reminded the audience that motivation may spark action, but only discipline sustains it. He shared how his unwavering commitment to daily progress, even during Alibaba's most uncertain times, became the fuel for the company's transformation. Success, as Jack Ma noted, is the product of habits built consistently over time. Another highlight was Jack Ma's advice on building meaningful connections. He emphasized the transformative power of surrounding oneself with the right people, those who challenge, inspire, and believe in your potential. Reflecting on his experiences, Jack Ma explained how the camaraderie and shared purpose within his team helped Alibaba overcome its toughest moments. A supportive circle, he noted, is essential for long-term growth. With a captivating blend of personal stories and universal truths, Jack Ma inspired his audience to take the first steps toward their own transformations. From recognizing their challenges to creating a vision, taking responsibility, and cultivating discipline, his advice provided not just motivation, but a practical framework for action. Through his words, Jack Ma empowered everyone listening to rebuild their lives, one deliberate step at a time. The journey to rebuild yourself is challenging, but every challenge is an opportunity to grow stronger and wiser. Jack Ma's timeless wisdom reminds us that transformation begins with simple yet profound steps. Recognizing our struggles, creating a clear vision, taking responsibility, and staying disciplined in the face of adversity. These principles are not just ideas. They are tools to shape a future aligned with our true potential. As you reflect on Jack Ma's advice, ask yourself, which step will you take today to move closer to your goals? Will you face your challenges with courage? Or will you start by building a vision for the life you want? Every decision you make is a brick in the bridge to your success. Remember, transformation is not about speed. It's about direction and consistency. We want to hear from you. Share in the comments which part of Jack Ma's message inspired you the most. Which habit or lesson will you apply to your journey? Let this be a space where we encourage each other to take action and grow together. If you ever need motivation, return to this video as a guide and reminder that change is always possible. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel and activate notifications so you never miss powerful lessons like these. Stay tuned for our next video, titled Jack Ma, Lessons from a Master Who Turned Rejection into Global Success, where we'll dive even deeper into strategies for personal growth and success. Your journey starts now. How will you make it extraordinary?